What to do if a doctor is gaslighting you. Sounds like a Dr. Seuss book.
Because it rhymes.
Have you ever been to the doctor's office with very real, very frustrating symptoms and pain, only to be dismissed by the doctors and nurses with comments like, "Are you sure it's that bad? People your age don't get this sick. Have you thought about seeing a psychiatrist? Your pain is probably just caused by stress."
Oh, you guys must get that all the time.
Congratulations! You're being gaslit by a medical professional, okay? So, now what?
Yeah, and now what?
Well, in this video, we're gonna go over what to do if you suspect you're being gaslit by a medical professional. Let's look into that. So first, what exactly is the definition of medical gaslighting? Well, according to the CPTSD Foundation, medical gaslighting occurs when a doctor or medical professional dismisses or trivializes a patient's concerns based on the assumption that they are mentally ill. For example, telling a patient that it's all in their head.
No one's ever been hurt by a little gaslighting.
Now, gaslighting itself is a form of psychological abuse, wherein a person or group makes someone question their sanity, perception of reality, or memories.
Gaslighting doesn't exist, you made it up because you're crazy.
People who are experiencing gaslighting often feel confused, anxious, and really they feel unable to trust themselves. If any of you have been in bad relationships in the past, you may recognize quite a bit of what I talked about as being gaslighting. It is a very common tactic used by abusers. So the fact that medical professionals are doing it is frankly even more messed up.
So what do I do?
So here's what you do if you're getting gaslit by a medical professional. Now bear with me on this first one. I have to say it because there is a trend going on, but the first thing is make sure you are actually being gaslit.
I hate you! I hate you!
Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is there are a lot of people that will just assume anything the doctor says is gaslighting. So having worked with providers, depending on the symptoms you give them, they have to do certain things in a certain order. You can't just get an MRI. You have to get x-rays first. Does it matter that the x-rays really don't help? No, but that's what insurance needs to be able to cover it.
Insurance?
So by having the doctor say, well, first you have to go through this and this and this, and then we can start looking at that, that's not gaslighting. That's them following the rules they have to follow. So be sure what you're going through is gaslighting. Are they telling you it's all in your head? Are they refusing to do actual tests that they can do? Or are they literally saying they won't do anything? When I first had all this happen, I'm not going to go into what caused it because it will cause me to be even further shadow banned by the YouTube algorithm.
That's it, you double banned.
What? Double banned?
I literally was refused help for years. And I'm still extremely angry about this. Extremely angry that this had to happen. Needless to say, I've been gaslit quite a bit. I still can't go into a doctor's office without crying. It just freaks me out. I got medical PTSD from it. Super fun. There's a video on that over here. I will put the link for that you can watch when you're done with this. But anyways, next. So the next thing you can do to prevent gaslighting is I highly recommend print out all medical records. Print out all tests. Bring them with you. Have a folder. I don't care if you're just shoving it in a folder because you're too exhausted to sort it nicely.
Ah! My files!
I originally had it sorted nicely. Now it just gets shoved in a notebook. But it's there. And I can find it if I have to. And I bring those to my doctor appointments. Now the reason you're going to do this is because whether a doctor will believe you doesn't matter. They will, however, believe medical records. If you have a previous doctor that wrote it down, they'll believe that. If you have a test you took that shows it, they'll believe that.
If you'll check my medical records, you'll see I have a crippling arthritis in my index fingers.
Yeah, they can look this up in their own system. Guess what? They won't. They're lazy, or they're tired, or they don't know it exists and they're not gonna really go looking for it. You have to have it. Hey, look at this. Right there, black and white.
There it is. Read it and weep.
Keep those notes. They will believe medical records. You shouldn't have to. Unfortunately, you do. Now, the third super important thing you can do to not be gaslit, and this might actually be the most important part. This was for me just the thing that seems to help absolutely the most.
What? Tell us.
Bring an advocate. Now, what do I mean by that? If you have a family member, a husband, a wife, a really good friend, someone that believes you, first of all, don't bring someone that doesn't believe you, but someone that knows what you're going through and believes in your issues.
Captain, I request that you be my advocate.
Take them with you as your advocate. You are allowed to have them in the room. You are legally allowed to. Just having that person in the room with you during your exams and everything, just having them with you for your doctor appointment will make an extreme difference. Now, why is this? Because the people that are faking it, the people that are drug seeking, the people that are hypochondriacs, they don't usually have someone backing up everything they're saying, adding to it details they might have brain fogged, forgotten. So by having that, instantly, you are taken that much more seriously. And the difference is night and day how you are treated if you just have that person with you.
I just want to be treated like a human being.
So make sure you do that. Bring an advocate. If you don't have anyone you trust to be an advocate, there are advocate programs you can call up and arrange for that. And that's different whether you're in the UK or the US. And I think based on the state you're in too. So the fourth thing you should do if you're being gaslit by your doctor. Now, just like with dating, if you think you're a bad match, don't stay with them. Likewise, if you're going to a doctor that you don't think respects you and that you don't respect, get a new doctor. There are plenty out there. Yeah, your insurance might not cover that many, but I guarantee it's more than one. Find a new doctor, try a new doctor. For me, when I finally found that last doctor, I've worked very well with her. She has been amazing, and she has led me to work with other doctors that are very amazing and that I really enjoy. But if you're not fitting with somebody, don't stay with them. The fifth thing you can do if you're being gaslit by a doctor or medical professional, I would really recommend you keep a diary and notes from every appointment. Make sure you write down as you're in the appointment what's being said, what's going on, what you asked for, why it was denied. Also keep a daily journal just for yourself, again, for disability, separate from this. This is purely for your doctor appointments. It can also be very helpful if you have severe brain fog like I do, to ahead of time write down all your questions and things you want to bring up, refills you need, have that all written down so that you don't forget. Keep track of all this, because if you ever apply for disability or anything like that, this is all going to be looked into. This notebook of everything you've been feeling, your pains, your daily issues, your doctor appointments, what was said, what you tried to get, how much effort you put into trying to get better and you're not, is all going to be taken account of.
Where's my journal? I need my journal.
So, very important. Now, I go into this a little bit more with the video 7 things never to say to your doctor. I give a lot more tips to make sure they don't dislike you, to make sure they don't gaslight you, and to give a good impression the first time. And then if you're also having a hard time finding a good chronic illness doctor covered by your insurance, try this video here where I go step by step through everything I did with my insurance to actually find a good doctor that was covered. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped, and keep on surviving.